LGPL.
An overview of GNU Lesser General Public License.
What is the LGPL and who published it?
LGPL stands for GNU Lesser General Public License. It is a free software license published by the Free Software Foundation, FSF.
What does the LGPL allow developers and companies to do?
The license allows developers and companies to use and integrate a software component released under the LGPL into their own software, including proprietary software, without being required to release the source code of their components.
Are there any requirements for developers who modify an LGPL-covered component?
Yes, any developer who modifies an LGPL-covered component is required to make their modified version available under the same LGPL license.
Is the LGPL primarily used for software libraries?
Yes, the LGPL is primarily used for software libraries, although it is also used by some standalone applications.
Please give us a brief history of LGPL.
The original name of the LGPL was the GNU Library General Public License, and it was first published in 1991. The LGPL was revised in minor ways in the 2.1 release published in 1999, when it was renamed the GNU Lesser General Public License to reflect the FSF's position that not all libraries should use it. Version 3 of the LGPL was published in 2007 as a list of additional permissions applied to GPL version 3.
What is the main difference between the GPL and LGPL?
The main difference between the GPL and LGPL is that the LGPL allows the work to be linked with a non-L GPL program, regardless of whether it is licensed under a license of GPL family or other licenses.
Can a non-L GPL program that links to an LGPL-covered program be distributed under any terms?
Yes, in LGPL 2.1, the non-L GPL program can then be distributed under any terms if it is not a derivative work.
What constitutes a work that uses the library under the LGPL?
A standalone executable that dynamically links to a library through a .so, .dll, or similar medium is generally accepted as not being a derivative work as defined by the LGPL.
What programming languages is the terminology of the LGPL mainly intended for?
The terminology of the LGPL is mainly intended for applications written in the C programming language or its family.
What is the LLGPL and what is its relationship to the LGPL?
The LLGPL is the LGPL with a preamble developed by Franz Inc., the developers of Allegro Common Lisp, which clarifies terminology in the Lisp context.
Please conclude for us the LGPL.
The GNU Lesser General Public License, LGPL, is a free software license that allows developers and companies to use and integrate software components released under the LGPL into their own software without being required to release the source code of their components. The LGPL is primarily used for software libraries and was developed as a compromise between the strong copyleft of the GNU General Public License, GPL, and more permissive licenses. While there are some differences between the GPL and LGPL, both licenses are free software licenses that promote the use and distribution of free software. That's it for now. Until next time, see you.